What's up, Chemical Guys family? Welcome back to part 3 of this series on this Prius, where we're going to be tackling the interior. You guys saw the last episode, we did a paint correction on the hood and the rest of the vehicle. Now we're going to tackle the super dirty interior. So first things first, you guys, we're going to go ahead and remove all the owner's belongings because there's a ton of trash, bunch of water bottles, some handcuffs for some reason. So we're going to go ahead and move all that stuff out the way. That way we have easy access to clean the rest of the interior. Alright guys, so we're back right now. We just finished collecting all the owner's belongings in his vehicle. We put them into 2 bags and then we put them in the trunk so that he can sort that out on his own. We don't want to throw away any of his belongings just because we don't know, maybe even a receipt that you would think is trash is very important to him. So we didn't want to throw anything important away. So after we picked all that stuff up, it's all in the trunk right now. Now we have open space. We have more room to kind of see and grasp what the level of grime that we're dealing with is. So right now what we're going to start off with is cleaning all the hard panels with our Nonsense Invisible Super Cleaner. Now Nonsense works out great because you can use it on a variety of interior surfaces and exterior surfaces as well. So you can use Nonsense on a multitude of interior and exterior surfaces. On interior you can use it on hard plastics, vinyl, rubber, even fabric as well. Then on exterior surfaces you can use it on things like your tires, your undercarriage, your engine bay, cleaning your trim, and much more. So in this case, we're going to be pairing it with our All in the Details brush set. As you guys can see, there's 3 different sizes of these brushes. We have the largest one here, we have a medium sized one, and then we have a thinner, more narrow one right here as well. And this brush set is perfect for cleaning a variety of interior surfaces. So you can dedicate one for one thing, another for another, or you can just go ahead and use the versatility of having all these 3 different sizes to get the best ease of use on whichever surface that you're cleaning. So right now I'm actually going to start off on the dashboard. Now usually for something like the dashboard, I like to go with the biggest brush just to get the most amount of coverage. If you have a thinner dashboard, if you have like a smart car or something like that, you can use smaller brushes, but in this case we have a pretty large surface to work with, so I'm going to go ahead and use the biggest brush. And as you guys can see right here on the dashboard, we have all kinds of things. It may not look dirty on your end, but if we get a nice little close-up of this dashboard, you can actually tell that there's a ton of dust, there's a lot of grime, there's patches of where the owner put some dressing on there and it's worn off, and then you also have some mystery stains as well. So we want to make sure that clean all that stuff up. And the reason we wanted to deep clean it with our Nonsense as opposed to just a traditional interior quick detailer like Total Interior or Inner Clean is because we are going to be coating this with a ceramic, vinyl, rubber, and plastic shine coating. So we're going to be coating it with our Hydro Shield, and that's why we want to prep it thoroughly and clean it thoroughly. That way it has the best bond and durability possible. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my Nonsense, then I'm going to start spraying directly into the bristles of the brush. And then now I'm going to start spraying onto the surface of the dashboard right here. Spray a little bit into my brush. Then I'm going to start agitating the surface of the dashboard. Now this brush is one of our All in the Details brush set. Now this one specifically is for interior. So the bristles on this brush, they're a little bit stiffer. They're a little bit more aggressive in terms of cleaning power. So if you need that super nice deep clean for these hard textured surfaces, this brush is going to work out great. And as you guys can see, that Nonsense foams up very nicely so that we achieve that nice deep clean. And the cleaner is also going to help uplift any kind of embedded dirt, grime, body oils, dust, and remove any kind of previous dressings that were sitting on here. That way when we go to apply our Hydro Shield, we have the best shine and durability possible. And that does go for both interior and exterior surfaces. So if you ever want to deep clean your exterior trim, I highly recommend doing so. That's going to make your dressing last longer, especially on your tires. If you deep clean your tires before you apply your dressing, it's going to prevent sling. So now that we have that done, we're going to grab a yellow workhorse towel and we're going to simply wipe off the grime and leftover cleaner that's sitting on the surface of this dash. All right guys, so now that we're done wiping it off, I want you guys to check out my towel right here. Now this towel is a bright yellow. Right now it's not as bright because you have all that brown black dirt, grime, and dust that's accumulated. That's all the stuff that we've extracted. I don't know if you guys can tell, but in person you can see a huge difference in terms of what this looks like. This has the factory original gray look. This right here still looks kind of cloudy. It has still stains over there that we have yet to clean, and it's very dusty. So this right here is a great before and after, and this is what you want to apply your dressing onto. So our goal today is to get basically all the hard plastics on the interior to look like this. So we're going to deep clean it with our nonsense, enter all the details brushes, wipe off the residue with the microfiber towel, wait for it to fully dry, and then we're going to proceed to the next step, which is coating everything with Hydro Shield. But before we get into all that, we have to really get down and dirty with this interior because this thing has a ton of cracks and crevices that need that deep clean. So we're going to go ahead and kick it off with a nice little montage of some epic before and afters and show you guys just how dirty this Prius is. Alright guys, and just a reminder, make sure that as you're cleaning your interior, make sure you stop every so often and clean out your brush. So what I mean by that is grab your brush, get it against the towel, and just kind of scrub the bristles of the brush against it. That way your towel absorbs any kind of grime that's lingering within the bristles. That way you're not scratching any kind of sensitive interior surfaces, and your brush is fully clean. That way you're not just spreading the dirt and grime all over your interior. So just kind of make this a general habit of just doing so, and it doesn't take very long. Just scrub it against the surface of your towel, check it out, you're all good to go. So we're gonna go ahead and continue with this cleaning and be right back with you guys. As you guys can see, I'm sweating. It's a ton of work, but we're making sure that we achieve that ultimate clean. So we'll be right back with you guys once we're done. All right guys, so we just finished cleaning all the upper hard plastics with our nonsense all-purpose cleaner and our all in the detailed interior brush set. And after several dirty towels later, we're all done. So right now what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna vacuum. Now you may be wondering, why didn't vacuum the vehicle to begin with? And the reason for it is because there's a bunch of cracks and crevices on the vehicle, and they have all kinds of crumbs and dust. So the last thing I wanted to do is vacuum the carpet, clean the top parts of the vehicle, and only for all that dust and all those crumbs to land back onto the carpet. So now that we've cleaned all the upper parts, now we don't have to worry about any other crumbs and stuff besides whatever's in the carpet and the fabrics right now. So we're gonna vacuum the interior, and then we're gonna move on to the next step, which is cleaning the fabric seats and floor mats. All right guys, so before we continue with cleaning the fabrics, one thing I did want to mention is when we were vacuuming, we were using 2 different brushes to help extract all the kind of debris, all the crumbs and stuff from out of the cracks. That way we achieve the ultimate clean. Now we're going to proceed to clean the carpets and the seats. So I'm going to start off with the seats using our lightning fast stain extractor. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to mask off half of it so that we can get a nice hard 50-50 of what a clean versus unclean side looks like. Because I know with these lighter colors, it is kind of hard to tell when they're dirty. So I just want to make sure that you guys can properly distinguish just how bad they are. All right guys, so now that we have that masked off, now we're gonna grab our lightning fast, which is a stain extractor, which works out great for carpets and upholstery. We're gonna spray directly onto our spinner multi-surface drill brush. Now this right here connects to any kind of standard power drill. It uses the power of your drill to quickly scrub away all kinds of dirt, grime, and embedded stains. And this is our light duty. We do have 3 different grades. We have a light duty, which is gray, a medium duty, which is yellow, and then the heavy duty, which is red. Now these seats, they're more of a softer material and they don't look too bad of in a shape. So that's why I decided to go with the light duty. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray directly onto the bristles of the brush. And you can also spray directly onto the surface as well for some added cleaning power. And then we're gonna go ahead and set our bottle down, and then we're gonna start scrubbing with the spinner. As you guys can see, this product produces a nice, thick, rich layer of suds, and that suds is gonna help uplift all the dirt and grime that's really caught within the fabric material. All right guys, and now that we're done working on the product, we're gonna set our multi-surface drill brush down. Then we're gonna grab a yellow workhorse towel, and then we're gonna buff away any remaining residue of the cleaner, as well as buff and pick up any kind of dirt we've extracted from the material. So like this, you uplift all the dirt and grime, get it off of your fabric. That way it doesn't just, get knocked loose and then just sits there forever. And if you do have a carpet extractor, a professional carpet extractor and or a vacuum, feel free to go ahead and give it a nice little pass. And that's just gonna go ahead and pick up any kind of loose dirt and debris and any kind of entrapped liquids that are within the material. All right guys, and now that we are done wiping it down, we're gonna go ahead and take off our tape. Now, given that this surface is still wet, you can definitely tell that there's still a big difference in terms of the stains. Now, on this, I don't know if it really captures it very well, but you have this kind of a yellow, I'm not sure if it's just like body oils that are accumulated or if it's actual kind of food stain, but on this side you can tell it's nice and clean. And what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna let that air dry. So we're gonna go ahead and let that air dry for about an hour or so. That way, once it fully dries, we can compare it to what it looks like when it's fully dry on both sides, and you have one side that's clean and one side that's not. So in the meantime, we're gonna go ahead and let that sit so that you guys can get that nice hard 50-50. We're gonna continue doing the rest of the fabric seats and the carpets as well, and then we'll be right back with you guys for the next step in the detailing process, which is conditioning all the interior plastics. All right guys, so we are back now with the spot that we started off at, and as you guys can see, we gave it about an hour or so to dry. I can go ahead and touch it for you guys. You can see my gloves are completely dry, and this is the overall after effect. So as you guys can see right here, it looks much lighter, it looks much better. It actually looks true to the color that it should be, as opposed to this side, which we haven't touched it on purpose because we wanted to show you guys a clear 50-50 of what this looks like, just because I know it's very hard to see on video with these lighter colored fabrics. They can be very deceiving to look at, but right here you can actually tell a huge difference because this left side, which we haven't done, it's very yellowy looking. It looks very brown, it's dark, it has like some yellow stains here, versus this right side that we've done with our lightning fast and the spinner drill brush. All this has a nice true color gray. So it's all one solid color. There's no blotchy areas or any kind of stains whatsoever. And it looks the color that it should be. So we already finished the rest of the seats. Now we're gonna move on to the next step of this detailing process, which is finally conditioning all the plastic. So we cleaned them all, we cleaned all the seats, we cleaned the carpets, we cleaned basically everything, and now everything is clean. Now it's time to protect. So we're gonna go ahead and start off with Hydro Shields. So I'm gonna go grab a bottle of Hydro Shield so we can start coating these plastics. All right guys, so after a long day of cleaning, now it's time to finally start protecting our interior surfaces. The first thing that I'm gonna start protecting is all of our hard plastics, all the vinyl, the rubber, and the plastic surfaces on the interior. So as you guys saw at the beginning of the video, the first thing that we cleaned was this dashboard. So we're gonna go ahead and start off by masking off this dashboard so we can get a nice hard 50-50 of what a conditioned versus unconditioned dashboard looks like. All right guys, so we just masked off the dashboard and now we're gonna start coating it with our Hydro Shield. Now the reason I'm going with Hydro Shield is because Hydro Shield is a ceramic based interior and exterior vinyl, rubber, and plastic shine coating. So this product is gonna restore, it's gonna protect with the power of ceramic. So this product does an incredible job at reviving a new look finish. So it doesn't give you any kind of that super wet, shiny finish. Especially on our dashboard, we want to keep it kind of neutral, and this gives us a nice new look finish. So it gives us like basically an OEM finish with a slight shine. So I'm going to grab our Hydro Shield and I'm going to spray directly onto a soft microfiber applicator. I'm going to spray about 3 sprays and then I'm going to start working it onto the surface. Now the great thing about Hydro Shield is, like how I mentioned, it gives you a new look finish. It's a water-based ceramic shine coating, so it's gonna work out incredible for our interior surfaces without leaving any kind of greasy look or greasy residue. It's gonna leave it completely dry to the touch finish without attracting any kind of dust and debris. Now the benefits about using this product on your exterior trim, you know, like on tires, you can use on exterior plastic and rubber trim, is that it has ceramic. It has nano ceramic SiO2 technology, which not only offers a durable layer of UV protection, but it also enhances your trim with that durable hydrophobic properties that you would expect from a traditional ceramic. All right guys, so I just finished doing this section, so I'm gonna start pulling off my tape to show you guys the results. And check that out, you guys. This thing looks amazing. It doesn't leak, doesn't make it have a super wet, greasy look. It actually just adds depth. So you can definitely tell a huge difference between this right here. You can see how it's much darker versus this right here, which has more of a lighter kind of tone. Now, given this right here is the original look of the actual plastic. Now, this right here is what you'll get with the Hydro Shield. And it's completely dry to the touch, so you're not gonna have any kind of buildup of dust or anything like that. As you guys saw, I applied a very fine coat and I just thoroughly worked it in, and this thing looks amazing. I can't wait to do the rest of the interior. And that's what we're gonna do right now. So we're gonna go ahead and start coating the rest of the interior. So from the dashboards, the lower body panels, the door panels, and anything and everything that we clean on today's video that's vinyl, rubber, or plastic, we're gonna go ahead and slap some Hydro Shield on it. So we're gonna go ahead and do that right now and be back with you guys for the final step in this interior detail, which is deodorizing the interior with the Chemicalguys Premium Air Freshener. All right guys, so we are completely done with our Prius interior detail. Now the only thing left to do is to neutralize the airborne odor bacteria that's still sitting in this Prius. So we want to get rid of that funky smell, and we're going to be using a Chemicalguys Premium Air Freshener, and the one that we're going to be using today is going to be our Pina Colada. You know, the reason I chose is because, you know, after a full detail like this, who wouldn't want to relax on the beach with a nice pina colada in their hand? So that's exactly why we're going to be spraying this, not only because it smells amazing, but it's also going to remove that airborne bacteria. And believe it or not, there's actually a proper way of using the air freshener. Now, one, yes, you can just spray directly onto your floor mats and call it a day, but I'm going to show you guys the best effective way of using your air freshener. So what you're going to want to do first is you're going to want to turn on your vehicle. So now that the vehicle is turned on and the AC is on full blast, what you want to do next is you want to turn on your AC to the recirculating mode. And that recirculating mode is going to recirculate the air within your car over and over again. So as you can imagine, if you spray the lower parts of your vehicle, it's going to go ahead and suck up the air from the bottom. It's going to distribute it throughout your vehicle. That way your air freshener doesn't just stay in one area. So right now what we're going to do is we're going to turn on to the recirculating mode, and then I'm going to spray about 2 to 3 sprays on both the passenger and the driver side. All right guys, so after you spray it, it's gonna start circulating through your vehicle's AC system, which is gonna get rid of any kind of bacteria that's trapped within, and it's gonna recirculate all that nice fresh air all throughout your car. And that's exactly how you use your Chemicalguys air freshener. So if you wanna maximize it, do this method and you're good to go. All right guys, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up right here, since this is basically the last step. Any other things that we'd probably mention in this video would be more of a maintenance. So as far as maintenance, you can use any kind of interior quick detailer like Total Interior, Inner Clean, or if you want to maintain the whole ceramic vibe like with Hydro Shield, you can also pair it with our Hydro Interior, which is a ceramic interior quick detailer. All right guys, so we're gonna go ahead and conclude the video right here. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to give us a huge like, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and as always, if you want to pick up any of the products, including our Pina Colada air freshener, you can pick it up directly on our website, chemicalguys.com, or you can pick it up at your local Detail Garage store. As always, my name is Joey, this is Chemicalguys Detail Garage. I'll see you guys next time.